Sorry, I realized I finally found my mouse, and so I was trying to switch the mice real quick.
We're also on the wrong screen. And you need to hit play.
Give me 8 years. I'll figure it out. Hi, hello everybody.
Hello.
Start the timer now. Yes, so this is the mouse that I had for like 8 years or so, and it's so like worn down.
Yeah.
But my new mouse had gone missing, so I've been using that one. But I just found the new mouse randomly right here, where it has definitively not been.
One of these
So I don't know how it magically appeared, but I am not upset. So hi and welcome to WIP Wednesday, the day where we dedicate time to doing nothing except working on our current projects.
Yes.
Theoretically. That's what I will spend most of this stream doing, but I will also have to be doing some summer mom things because instead of making sure all of the kids' chores and stuff were done earlier, we went to the pool. So.
Honestly, vibe.
Now one of my children, like, she just came in here and she was like, Mom, I did my chores. I'm sending you photos. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Great.
She is a lot more motivated to actually get her chores done earlier in the day because she recently purchased herself a game on the Switch and they're not allowed to play video games till their daily chores are done, so. She's like, oh, I actually need to do things now. So I will be looking over Fox's critiques not for her, before I send it to my editor for her final look-see.
Fun. I am working on revisions for chapter 20 still. I did a bunch yesterday, worked for like 6.5 hours, and did not finish this chapter. But this is like probably one of the most important moments in the book, like top 3 easy. So it was, you know, a lot of pressure, and then I was rewriting basically all of it. Yeah, but it's approved, and that's what matters. So yeah, that's what I was working on, and will continue to do so. Although I might finish up this job application real quick.
Sorry, I was copying the document and then renaming the one I will be working in. For a hot second, I forgot the program that I'm using for the edits and stuff, so I was like, where go for my things? I also did not get on Sam Gone Rogue yesterday, but that is because my head hurt. My head has been hurting. It won't stop. It just keeps hurting. I am trying a new migraine medication. It's not helping.
Yeah, probably needs a couple days, sadly.
Yeah. Also, funny enough, my city apparently a couple weeks ago was like, we're in a drought. It's been raining almost nonstop, on and off, so I'm like, how do you define a drought? Because my lawn says otherwise.
Yeah, it was like kind of overcast and dreary for a couple days here, but now it's better. And it's starting to get like, hey, it is summer. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, you said, hey, it is summer. Sorry,
Uh,
I was like, while you were talking, I was just looking at my document and I'm like, wait, where should I do my edits and my things? And it's fine.
yeah,
It's
that's
fine.
fair. It's exciting. But yeah, so my roommate is a teacher and she's basically off from school now. I think she has 1 day left later this week. That's like a half day. Um, and then that is it, I'm pretty sure, for her. So she's currently cleaning the house, which is why WIP Wednesday is actually happening in my room,
Oh,
rather than the kitchen like it's been happening recently.
all right. Well,
Awesome.
here we go. we're back. I am mostly, well, let me get rid of that banner. Hello, Bella. I'm mostly going through right now and looking at the highlighted comments and then, like, screenshotting them, addressing, like, sending them to Fox because some of them are just, like, a word choice. And so I'm like, was this word better? And then scrolling down, and then others are, I gotta rephrase that. I don't want to deal with it right now. So I'm just highlighting everything in, like, the main document that will be sent to my editor. And I'm like, I'll deal with those as I can. I had to spend a portion of the sprint because somebody had messaged me on Discord that was like, hey, put me down for these conventions. And my boss texted me. He's like, I guess you should message everybody and say that you're not doing it anymore. That way they just text message me and don't bother you. And I'm like,
But
I
you should
could
get,
do
like,
that.
this is not, I'm taking a hiatus, this is not a, like, don't message me, I'm not involved, fuck off, kind
Well,
of thing.
no, because we don't know how long it's going to
Yeah.
take, and his primary concern is he just doesn't want me to get stressed out by people being, messaging me, and I'm like, it's fine. But I went ahead and I did that, so.
I was trying to avoid showing the fact I'm wearing my Legend of Zelda pajama pants.
No, show them off.
Stream, and then I just like adjusted into my chair and totally like, no, my internet presence. They're gonna think I'm unprofessional.
My oldest also came by. We went to the pool, and then we went to the grocery store, and he bought himself a bunch of treats. And one of the things he bought were these Reese's Oreos.
Okay.
Yeah, and he like came in here, and I was like, "Hi," and he goes,
One?
"Yeah." He was like, "I just came down here because I wanted to give you one," and I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Can your favorite older sister have one?
I mean, probably if you come here.
Okay,
I don't think it'll survive the mail.
I'm working on it. I have my little fucking trip fund set up.
I know you do. You have your goals.
Yeah, in case people don't know, I've decided to be an adult. And so now I have this little Google sheet that tracks my money and what percent of every paycheck it goes to. 8% of every paycheck goes to my trip fund to go visit Sam. I am halfway to my goal. And once I get to my goal, then I'll look for flights. Flights aren't out that far. I'm way ahead of my projected
Good.
savings, because it's flights and then also like money for food and stuff and presents for your children and I guess you and your husband and stuff like that. But I'm like, okay, I'm not. But I'm like, okay, at $400, I'm gonna look at flights. But I don't even think flights for September are like. I think it's too early to buy flights for that because like prices are high, because it's so far out. But
yeah, you gotta wait till it hits that sweet spot.
Be the cheapest months to fly out, and I figured September. I mean, January would be cooler, but September will be cooler as well.
January will be cold. September will be nice weather.
Yeah.
So.
Looking at.
Also, I am on page 6 of 29, and my page count should not change because I'm not making any big revisions at the moment. It's mostly word changes and a fucking plot hole that Fox just pointed out that I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But part of the reason I wanted him to look at it is because me and my editor had done so many like revisions and moving parts of conversations and stuff to help the story flow a little better.
Yeah.
That I was like, I can't tell anymore what words in story good. Sir with fresh eyes, come look at it. And so that's essentially what he was supposed to do to make sure that rearranging the order of things didn't fuck anything up. Or like Like, there's this one line that Jamie has where Fox is like, this thought seems out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, there used to be a line before it, I think, that's something about bait, but we took it out because it was too telly. Is it like, do you no longer have context for this line anymore? Do I have to like figure that out?
Yeah, I just deleted a little, like a couple lines that were when I started exploring Jason's relationship with Chris, like his mother's night. And it was, I fucking got the idea from like a fucking Tumblr post or something. It's like, one day your parents put you down and never picked you back up again.
Oh God, one of those posts, yeah.
Yeah. And so I had like a line virtually going like, Jason's not used to being picked up by another person, one, because he's like a big dude. And then he's like, oh, Chris used to like pick me up when I was a kid if she needed to move me quickly, like to protect him from stuff. But one day she, put him down, didn't pick him up again, and he's not sure if that's because he grew too large or the difference in their station finally,
I don't remember the last time my mom picked me up, but I know the last time my dad picked me up when I was in high school, I had a high fever and I could not walk, and he had to carry me, so.
I think the last time my mother picked me up was maybe also in high school, because I had a back spasm. It was one of my back injuries.
Yeah, I think essentially if it's not illness or injury, you can't remember because you would have been too little.
My dad picks me up all of the fucking time.
Oh, well.
He's like, if there's one day I can't pick you up, put me down. And I'm like, Papa!
that threw me so hard my camera went out of focus. It could not.
No, literally.
That took me out.
No. He's like, if I'm too, I'm like, what if I got like super fat and you can't pick me up?
He doesn't care. He's still needs to be able to lift you.
He's talked about it a lot. He has like a weird way of talking about growing old, but he's like, I'm working out so I can pick up my grandchildren and like throw them around in like a fun throwing around.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And then he's also like, if there's one day where I'm no longer enjoying life, also put me down. And I'm like, you're not a dog. That's not how life, you can't just do that with humans, Papa. But he's like, just let me die. And I'm like, what? Every once in a while he'd be like, yeah, I have a good 10 years left. And I'm like, you are in your 50s. You have more than that. Stop it. But he's also been saying that for like a good 5, maybe 10 years. And I'm like, sir?
Oh, my grandfather has been telling me that he lived a good life and he'd be fine going any day now since I was in high school. So.
Yeah, but a grandpa and a dad are very different vibes when they're saying that. Like.
Potentially. No. It could also just be how we say it.
Yeah, my dad is not joking, I don't think. He's also like, when your mother remarries after I die. And I'm like...
Well, to be fair, my grandfather is also not joking. He's 100%. Yeah. So that he would be satisfied with his life if it just ended any day now. And I'm like, but I'm not. Hold on, to Bella, she said, I'm at a point where I'm introducing a lot of world building stuff and need to make it flow comfortably, but also I need to actually remember the world building stuff, meaning what needs to be in the story and what has changed from previous drafts and what those changes actually are. Do you have a, like...
You gotta make your master dog.
Yeah, or like, a world Bible? A story Bible?
Yeah,
that's the word I wanted, story Bible. Whenever we ask my mom's dad how he's doing, he always responds with, that's my answer. Like, I'm still surviving.
For better or worse.
My boss asked, because I was like, how'd the convention last weekend go? And he's like, good. He's like, busy. And he's like, are you okay? And I know, like, he's essentially just asking, how are you doing? But whenever he asks it in text, it sounds so much more concerned than I think it should be.
I have
Are
been
you okay?
informed that the way I look right now is giving 90s rom-com protagonist vibe, a la Meg Ryan in You Got Mail, which now I have to look up what Meg Ryan in You Got Mail
Yeah,
looks like.
that is also a reference over my head. Oh my gosh, the other day I was watching. So there's this YouTuber I follow who is
I'm okay with this.
dedicated to creating the woman sphere to essentially help
Manosphere?
it. Yes, she's essentially fighting the manosphere by trying to create the women's sphere. And her thing is essentially to help girls in her generation and younger survive, because and there are studies and stuff that prove, hold on, yeah, that Gen Z men and below are like basically going the other direction. Instead of like getting more sensitive and stuff, it's getting worse because of the manosphere and the red pills, and because they have more access to some of those radicals, some of those older radicals and stuff.
Yeah.
And so she's trying to fight that by creating the woman's sphere. I mainly follow her just because she kept popping up, and I'm like, oh, this sweet poor summer child, this poor baby. And a lot of her content is also really funny. But she was talking about, she's like, now that I'm like 27 and I'm dating guys this age range, she's like, here's what we got to deal with now. And essentially, she's now dealing with men who more perceive her as like this. I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. It's basically, it's no longer about her now, it's now about the fact that they want to be married and settled, right? And she's just a means to that
I want
end.
to find my one. I want to accomplish this with someone.
Yeah, and so she'll like go on a date with them, and then she's like, and then they become like upset, you know. She's like, I specifically swipe on these guys and stuff because they're like not looking for anything serious, because I don't want anything serious right now. But then like they start planning our wedding, or this one guy heard that I wanted to go to this one place, and so he's planning a trip for us, and I'm like, bro, we went on one day. I'm not going on a trip with you in 7 months. And then she goes, she's like, these guys are trying to plan our wedding. I'm only 27. That's like a child bride. And I'm like, hold the fuck,
That's
what?
hilarious.
I'm like, hold on, girly. 27 is nowhere near child bride status.
Yeah, that's...
Which, to be fair, I don't know how...
I get it.
Yeah, I don't know how sincere she was on that point, because, you know, she's just like stream of thought joking, but I'm like, girly.
I don't go on Instagram very often, but now I have like a couple slightly older friends who are on Instagram a lot, so I go and I like check their DMs and like check their stories and stuff. But
are they millennials?
Yes, they are. But I don't like scroll through Instagram very often, and I'm afraid if I do, I'm gonna discover people from my like graduating class are having children. Because my middle school crush is married. Yeah. Which it looks like I'm still into him. That's not the expression I was making. The expression I was making is he went to like a Mormon college and then got engaged.
You were like off in a whole other context.
Yeah, I was just like, I wonder if he's okay, because we were so sure that he was not straight.
Oh.
Yeah. No, just bi, but that might have been middle school CB going like, no, if he's bi, he can still love me.
You know, I label myself as pan, but on medical forums and everything, pan is not an option. It's just bi, so I put bi because I'm lazy and I don't care. But I had a psychiatry appointment this morning, and so she's rattling off my information to make sure that everything was input right, and then she's like, and you're married, bi, and this, and I'm like, I'm bi? Just this moment. I'm like, oh yes, that is what I put there, because pan was not an option.
For a second, I'd be like, did she just clock you?
She just knew. She looked at me in my pajamas over the screen.
No,
she saw me do this. Hold on. Bellis has a story Bible. Currently rereading some sections, tried to keep it organized, and then notes got added into it, and it's all confusing. Also, doesn't help that I have the memory of a pea, so that's fun.
Alright, hi Jessica. We will
Hold on real
do
quick.
our discussion on the other side of the sprint that may or may not be
Oh,
happening.
I'm taking away the audio, so that
Oh.
yeah, there we go. Because while I'm looking over my notes, as you know, especially when I have a headache, I have to have two things going on for me to actually focus. So I have a YouTube video telling me about how a webtoon that I was reading has become the biggest disappointment in the world, and I was like, oh God, what happened? So, so I was listening to that. So, but because I have two YouTube tabs open, if I mute one, when I go to the next video, it's gonna mute and then unmute. So I'm like, I'll just take away the audio for the share screen, and that will fix everything.
Yeah.
To be fair, there are bi people you can clock immediately. Honestly, nobody in my life has ever genuinely thought I was straight. My mother, from the time I was
not
yeah, from the time I was 11, even after I got married and had 3 kids. So for over 10 years, my mother would just randomly be like, if you ever came out as a lesbian, I would love you. Like, that's not a problem. She gave me a complex that there was something wrong with me if I was straight.
Oh my God, that I don't think that's a super unusual complex.
Apparently not. I have found more people who essentially is the parents are so supportive in the other direction that we don't feel accepted but then so I hated telling her that I was pan because I immediately knew she was going to say I told you so. And she did. She did not. But yeah.
My dad just asked if I was dating my best friend the day I came out, which is about coming home from the sleepover where I realized. But it wasn't that kind of sleepover. It was just like hanging out with friends and chatting kind of sleepover. Alright. Let's go into the sprint.
Alright. Here we go.
Hello, be back.
Sorry, I was real into both listening to this video and going over my things. Fox was like, "This is the third time in this scene that you've pointed out he's blonde," and I'm like, "Is it? I don't remember saying he's blonde that many times." And then I went back and I'm like, "Oh, I see what happened." And I took out one. Well, it's because in the original scene, the only mention of his hair is like talking about how his usually impeccable golden hair was disheveled and shit. And then, but we added in some things earlier to the scene where it's just like, it's like, ah, yes, a familiar blonde asshole. But apparently we used that phrase twice in all of the moving things around, and I'm like, ah, I'll just remove the word blonde from the second one and we're good. Asshole staying. I don't care how many times it's in the scene. That's not 100% true, but I don't think that is. I think it's fine. It's egregious. Not egregious. Let's see. Jessica said to me, oh yeah, there are 5 people. Bella said, "Oh my god, my mom did the same thing. It's okay if you're gay." And I'm like, I love men. Girls are hot as fuck, but I don't think it's for me. I told my mother, I'm like, "Mother, I am married with 3 kids." And she's like, "Well, you don't know. Some people just like, they've been married for 20 years, 20, 30 years, and then they, one day they come out." And I'm like, "Mother, they didn't just suddenly wake up and realize they were gay.
Yeah.
We're hiding it."
Or they were afraid or in denial. Like, there was other stuff going on.
Yeah, but
They weren't married for 20 years and then they realized they were gay. They were
No,
married
they
for
were-
20 years and then they came out.
yes, it's completely different
There's
thing.
obviously exceptions to that, but
And then I see today was your day to fight the bot.
yeah.
What animal would your MC be if there were one? Jamie, a fox, because he's a redhead and all redheads are foxes in my head.
Okay, so I asked this question.
Or orange tabbies.
Yesterday.
Actually, Jamie would be an orange cat. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, because I said, I was like, dignity is twine holding back a rabid wolf, or something like that, or like a decorum, is used. It's about him being horny for Rye, basically.
Okay, yes.
And I was like, wait, would he be like? Is a wolf? I mean, the wolf is for the fucking metaphor or simile. But I'm like, would he be a wolf? So I was like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, he has red hair, so she should be a fox. And I was like, no, he wouldn't be a fox. So I was like, a red wolf. I feel like that's a thing. So I looked them up. They are.
Yeah.
Red wolves are smaller than gray wolves, but larger than coyotes.
Redheads can also be lions. It's just my migraine dissociation in this exact moment was like fox, redhead.
Yeah.
But,
And then, Rowan was like, and Rye would be a snake. And I'm like, no. Rye would be like an orange tabby or something like. Rye would be some sort of cat. I feel like.
Rye is 100%. Rye and Jamie are the 2 different flavors of orange cat.
Yeah.
I feel like. Jamie's the old orange cat who's just done with everybody's shit, and then Rye is the orange cat that just exited kittenhood.
Mm-hmm. There's also like maybe Rye could be like the type of snake that's like noodle, like a noodle, but not with all of the rest connotations of snakes, just because he's a dragon.
Yes, fair enough.
But
Oh, I got to page 22. A lot of the things now is mostly Fox going, "Is this new? This seems new. I like this part." Just like appreciating the revisions and stuff. And then every now and then being like, "There's 2 spaces here." And me crying in the corner. But yeah.
okay,
I'm not gonna finish today because he's in meetings and stuff, so he can't let me know if my word choices and whatnot are good. But, well, I mean, I can't finish during WIP Wednesday, probably. But I do want to get through there's only 7 more pages and there's like maybe a highlight or two a page at the moment that I see.
Oh. I got through editing 200 words. Or, no, what I edited got down to 200 words, but I edited more than that. Which is like the 2 ways I'm logging my progress is
Mhm.
like, what was the OG chapter, how much did I get through? And then how much did it end up being? And I'm hoping that it actually went down this little section. So I'm checking that right
So
here.
for the most part, there are like 1 to 2 highlights, except for 2 of the pages. There's 3 highlights, and I'm like, motherfucker. But it's fine. It's fine. Bella's in this editing phase. She's either making notes on things that need to change or writing a summary of things that she'll add. That's fair. Get all those. Plan those revisions. She said, I'm on chapter 5 and got a paragraph and a half written of the new content. I will say I'm also actively changing some of the world building because right now those changes make more sense. That's fair. Jessica got nothing but momming done. I feel that, Jessica. And stared at my hair for a while. I got my hair cut, and they cut my bangs wrong, and it's a whole thing, but I'm finished styling it before the stream.
Relatable.
I'm sorry they did your bangs wrong. CB can relate. I don't have bangs. So. Thank you.
I don't think I actually.
Sorry, my head is pounding, and therefore I feel like anytime I have a mildly witty thought, I think the thought, and then a hammer comes down on the end of my sentence, and I'm like, nope, no witty from me.
You're like, haha, I've said it, and then it just comes out completely different.
Right.
I'm on day 2 hair, but it dried. Like I wet it today and then re-dried it, but I was not probably.
I washed my hair last night, I think, and then we were gonna go to the pool, and I was like, no, fuck, I don't want to wash my hair again. So then I put my hair in this really high bun at the pool, and I'm just walking around with the big old bun, and I'm like, but my hair didn't get wet, so that's all that mattered.
Oh no, those are 2 very different things.
Oh yeah, curtain bangs and thick straight bangs are not the same. I am so sorry. I would give you the name of my barber, but she is here and you are not, and that would not be helpful.
You're just showing off.
To be fair, the 2 women who own the little barber shop, they specialize in men's hair. And she just does mine and my daughter's because she does my husband's, and so it's just a whole family thing. I've never seen another female client there. But it's all good. She's never messed my hair up, and that's all I care about. Bella says, I have a past war in my story that I love, but it's contributing to a star-crossed lovers plotline that wasn't supposed to be there, so the changes I'm making will hopefully remove that factor. Jessica did, however, finally do her hair properly, and it's all curly and defined and shit. Yes! Oh, Jessica, if you don't mind my asking, do you have naturally curly hair? Because I could then see how the barber would have fucked up that bad, or the hairdresser would have fucked up that bad, if they did not admit to not being the best at cutting curly hair. Because that's why we go to the place that we go, because my friend Chrissy used to do hair, but she has arthritis in her hand, so she had to stop. So I asked her, I was like, can you recommend somebody in our city who does ethnic hair well? And she was like, yeah, this girl that I went to school with, she's really good. She can do all hair types and everything. And I was like, okay, and we started going to her, and she does Chris's hair really well. So I do know that is a struggle.
I have noticed that a lot of the time hairdressers struggle to do my bangs. Not cut them, style them. And I'm like, because they always end up like super like that. Like I'm a little lad, or
They always do the 1950s curl.
try and like put them to the side, and I'm like, I walked in with them straight, like just straight down in the front, and it shouldn't be that complicated, and yet, yeah, I'm just.
Jessica said I have naturally curly, wavy hair. I know what happened, and I have an appointment with them tomorrow to see if it's worth just getting a refund or if there's a way to soften the bangs up.
Okay.
All right, awesome. But I'm glad that you got that sorted. I'm sorry if I was being nosy as I was, but you know me, and I'm always trying to, or my brain just automatically tries to connect the dots and put the things into place. So, especially when my head hurts and my brain is just like, let me grab absolutely everything to distract myself because it makes the pain less. And I'm like, you go for it, brain. This is like one of the best and worst times for me to indulge in mystery things because like the act of trying to figure out the mystery or of following the clues and stuff actively lowers the pressure in my head and therefore it hurts less. But also because of the pressure and the brain fog, I miss things I would not normally miss, and then I get annoyed. Because then I'm like, no, I would have... It's a roller coaster. The issue wasn't that my hair is curly, but that she started cutting after the consult and asked about curls I'd had in the past. And when I showed her pictures, she kind of locked onto what I had. Back in 2020, which she basically ended up verbatim copying, we talked about it on the phone, and she realized everything. Apologized. Got you. So misunderstanding, not skill issue. Gotcha. There was another thought train that I had, and I was like, I know what I'm going to say after this, and then it ran away. It's off the tracks. I don't know where the train rail went. I am very excited. So I hadn't looked at Fox's comments on this story yet. Like, he finished before I went to work the conventions, but it was really close to when I went. And as you may or may not remember, my anxiety was so bad around that time, and I was just like so sick. I told him, like, I'm not even gonna look at the comments until after, because like I don't want to feel anything. And now I'm like looking at them, and I'm like, you dumb bitch, you would have been fine. You could have done this.
What if you like? What if the feeling shitty at the time?
Yeah, I know. What if like I get down to that one plot hole and I read it and I read it then and I'd be like, I can't write. I didn't even notice this little detail. Yeah. So like it's fine. It'll get done. It'll be put on the website sometime this year.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a summer release, but it's fine. Yeah, not that she's bad. The cut is fabulous. It's just not what I asked for. That's fair.
For all of the ways for a haircut to not go well, it's still being a good cut. Just
yes.
What we asked for is probably one of the better ones.
I'm yawning, so now you're not yawning, and then I'm yawning because yawns are contagious.
I'm like bedtime, and I'm like, no, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. I just, like, I was talking to somebody about pain, and I was like, I hate pain. I will do anything and everything I can to avoid pain. I'm a big baby because my natural pain threshold is so high that for me to actually feel the pain, it's got to be pretty bad already.
Yeah.
So I don't actually have the highest of pain tolerances, I think. But my head hurts and I'm just sitting here going, it hurts and I want to do other things. I need my background noise back, but I want to keep doing these other things, and I'm just being a big baby in my... Let's see, what sprint are we on? This is going to be our 3rd sprint.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I will see you on the other side. CB, did you know the sprint was over? I got DM'd. In my defense, I had like seen that the sprint was ending soon, but like Fox and I were on a roll, and I had one more change that
Yeah.
he needed to, so I was like essentially waiting for him to respond to me while just watching the
Last
video.
time, to be completely honest, last time I looked up, there were 7 minutes left. So
We were focused.
on my phone, yeah. No, I made. It's like 4:30, but I got up at like noon because I haven't been sleeping well, and I'm going to a pub at 6 to work
Or so she thinks. No, I'm kidding.
right with my DM from one of my games. I've offered my services to write Strahd's journal entries about our adventuring group. So the DM doesn't use AI to do so. And also, so they're more accurate to what actually happened in the session. So we're meeting up to do that. And I was like, pubs either are going to be kind of expensive because Los Angeles, or not have like food that won't upset my tummy. So I'm gonna eat beforehand. Plus I was hungry and all I had was like cereal and yogurt earlier. So anyways, yeah. I ate and then read a little and then I was like, wait, I do want to write. And then my hand opened TikTok and then you called and said CV Sheila's ended.
Yeah.
Fine. But I don't know. I think I took one of my backup meds for ADHD because I ran out of. I'm starting a new med tomorrow, but I needed to call CVS and stuff to get it like sorted out today, and so now it's ready. So I'm gonna go pick it up before my going to the pub. But God, words are not working very well for me right now. But it's a 10 to 12 hour med, so I was like, I'm not gonna pick it up before the stream because it was already too late in the day to take it. Or it's supposed to be like a 10 to 12 hour med, which I'm really excited about because my biggest complaint with my ADHD meds is I have like maybe 5 hours of effectiveness a day.
Yeah, which is like barely or it's barely half a shift, right?
Yeah. Less than half of shift at the nerd job. But I'm hoping that it does work 10 to 12 hours because that will like double my amount of day. Because one thing that I feel like my days are super short, and like yes, I wake up late. The last 2 days I'm not counting because it's been like a thing. But typically I wake up at like 9 or 10, which is fine for my schedule. And I mean it doesn't get dark now until like 8:30. So hypothetically I should have a shit ton of time to be functional brain-wise. Because we all know I'm a parrot, and once the sun goes down, I go down with it. But that's not working. Or that's not accurate because I'm always like, do I take my meds now or do I take them later? Like if I have something in the evening, like do I take my meds earlier in the day? And then I already have the fun ADHD waiting mode thing where if I have something at 2 o'clock, I will not be able to get anything done beforehand. Because my brain's like, what if I'm not ready in time? Blah, 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 blah. So if I have something at 2 o'clock, then I'm going to take my meds at 1:30, so it's effective at 2 o'clock. But that's multiple hours before it is 1:30 that I'm not having my meds for. And then I like time blindness, and then I'm getting up, then I'm like getting ready late, and then I'm running late, and then, yeah. So I'm hoping, my little rant, that the 10 to 12 hour med, I will wake up in the morning, pop a pill, and then be set for a full day of brain function. But it's like this new med, like it's newly released. I don't know how new released, but I don't know. And it's like my insurance covers it a little, but it's still super expensive. But then on their website, they have like an extra insurance card, like the company's website. They're like, fill out this little form that says your, date of birth and your email and all that stuff. And then they just send you like a second insurance card.
But wait, is it an insurance card or is it a savings card?
I don't know.
Because like Emgality was the first medication that I knew of that did that, where it's based.
Sam? Oh, Sam froze. We don't get to know what Emgality did. I'm pulling up the thing. It's called. Oh, also every time I'm on the CVS portal, this is just a chat because Sam has left us, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce how it's supposed to be spelled. Nope, I don't know how to pronounce it. How it's supposed to be said. So, and all of my attempts, the little robot in the phone, do not register. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, I'm trying my best. It's spelled AZSTARYS. So AZSTARYS. And
Hello.
I'm like, hi.
So what I was trying to say is Emgality was the first time that I got like a medication, and the Emgality savings card was basically like, hey, we know insurance doesn't cover all of it and copays can be shitty, so basically you have this much money on the savings card and you can use it until it runs out for all of your Emgality copays. And the amount that I had basically covered it for the year, so that instead of paying like $35 or $45 a month, I didn't have to pay anything. But now almost all of my medication automatically has a savings card attached to it. And I'm like,
I've never seen this for any of my meds before, but yeah, it is a savings card. But the med's called AZSTARYS. But I was telling chat, I was like, every time I try and tell the like little bot on the CVS phone, not the CVS phone, I'm out here like I'm from the fucking 80s. The bot on the CVS phone, the little robot. I'm a time traveler. The AI that answers the phone, it does not register. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong. Staries. I don't know. But I want to say Starius, which there's no ES in it. I'm making it sound cooler than it is. It's as starry. I don't know.
My automated thing, it doesn't even accept like the medication name. It's like, you need the medication number or just give us your birthday and we'll go through the list. I always just give them my birthday and then they're like, okay, yeah, this birthday, this phone number checks out. So here's what you can refill. And then I'm like,
no, I'm sitting out there being like methylphenidate, hydrochloride, 20 milligram short release capsule, standard day supply. And they're like, got it. And I'm like, I hate that I had to memorize that because I was having so much issues getting that med. And now I'm like, Astaries. And it's like, just silence.
We don't know her.
Yeah, seriously.
Catching up on chat. Bella says her dev editor had a form you fill out after the contract, and one of the questions was, how straightforward do you want the critiques, like to the point or softly given? Oh, I like that was an option. I went for the middle one that blended the two, that blended critiques with compliments. I was reading with my laptop off to the side, then I glanced over and the 3 minutes turned into 14.
That's how it be.
There.
Now I'm curious on what the actual
Google how to say, oh, I never turned the banner off. I know I clicked banners to turn it off, but I didn't click on the actual banner. Jessica's got 211 words and is so sleepy she's going to try to go to bed early tonight. Well, I hope you get some good rest. Love technology sometimes. Oh man, it keeps calling me because it's like is like, hey, your Ajovy is ready for you. And I'm like, I'm not taking that anymore. I told you no. Stop it. Like, I'm not picking that medication up. I'm gonna have to just, and I tried to I downloaded the app for my pharmacy so that I could control the medications, and I keep trying to cancel it, and it keeps telling me, no, you can't cancel that one. I'm like, why not? Why can I literally cancel everything else but this one? Like, you're not getting me again, you did nothing.
Wow, I'm looking at reviews of it, and people are just like so excited about it, and it helps with the appetite suppression, or it like stops some of that, which is good because with conjunction between that and then some other meds I was on, there was like a week 2 weeks or something, or like a month where I was like, I literally am forcing myself to eat, and this is not sustainable, because like loss of appetite is such a big ADHD.
I started bruising more and darker the last 2 conventions, and Chris was like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing more than usual. It's just berserks and tubs and stuff. And he's like, but just, I'm like, no. I was talking, and my psychiatrist, she was like, yeah, so here are the side effects of your new medication. And I'm like, yeah. And, she goes, lowered heat tolerance. And I'm like, oh, yeah. That explains why I was dying at the Ren Fair. And she's like, and you may bruise easier because it messes with your platelets. And I was like, that makes so much sense. I'm like, son of a bitch. Jessica said, after my hysterectomy, Walgreens called to tell me my birth controller is ready. I laughed out loud.
You're like, never again.
You're like, I don't need that. I want a hysterectomy. That is apparently one of the ways to treat PMDD, migraines, and like when you've got the full combo, that's supposed to be a thing that works. I'm too young for them to actually consider it, not because of the child part, but because once you do, you have a higher risk of osteoporosis and heart things. Like, there's legitimate medical reasons. But I'm just like, but does that really sound worse than what I'm going through? That's just an increased risk. I'll
write a pros cons sheet.
I'll alter my diet. I'll eat lots of things for calcium. I'll take. I'm like, I'll do it. Bella sent the pronunciation for, where was it? Astaris.
What's tachycardia?
Yes, the message came through. I said it, but CV was focused on something else, and then I forgot.
Oh, it is. Oh, wait, what was asking? Oh,
Astaris.
Astaris. Oh, thank you, Bella. How do you know that?
Thing in the trash. Just the whole system. I don't need it no more.
I'm looking. The heat sensitivity is not a side effect of this new one. I don't actually know if it's a side effect of current ADHD.
Maybe you won't melt as bad as me. Even when I get hot, I've never sweated a lot except when I have hot flashes.
Yeah.
But at the Ren Fair, I felt so sweaty. I was like, what is wrong? What is going on? I found
out that people get Botox in their armpits to decrease sweating, but it actually just makes you sweat elsewhere.
Hold on.
I know, there's so much to unpack there. Yeah.
Why do you increase? Wait, did you mean increase or decrease?
I meant decrease sweating.
Okay, I don't know which one you said, but I processed it as increase, whichever one you said.
I say increase.
Oh, okay.
But so people get Botox in their armpits to decrease sweating there, but then your skin, you still need to cool down. Sweating is an important function to the body, and so apparently the sweat just pops up other places, like not even just classic places that typically sweat, but it will be less common places to sweat. Which I mean, I know some people under boob sweat. I could see I'll sacrifice sweating more from the pits of my knees if it means I don't do under boob sweat or something like that. but it's not like a choose thing
Yeah,
as
you
far as
can't,
I
you
know,
can't choose
or
it.
I would assume.
Jessica said she dropped the C word to her doctor as a fear of it, and her doctor lit up like fucking Christmas because she knew she'd be able to get the insurance to cover it. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't.
I'm
Cancer.
like, what's the C word? And
Cervical cancer and uterine cancer are like the only reasons insurance will not fight you on getting a hysterectomy, which is sad. I mean, it's good that they won't fight you, but it's sad that that's got to be the thing on the table. All right.
yeah, I am.
Hold on, we got to go into our
Oh yeah,
last.
we have a sprint.
I,
Okay.
I just had a brain out.
No.
I can't click the things.
Okay.
Hello. I'm almost
Hello.
done typing this thing.
I
I've essentially finished all the easy revisions, and now there's like, I think I counted 8 left, and I decided that those are for tomorrow, Sam, to think about. Because today Sam's head has retired.
I started, what did I do? I was working on, some like adulting bill stuff. I know that's not what today's like for, but I do need to head out like as soon as the,
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just that way. You got a lot of writing stuff done, and you needed to do some responsibility stuff before you go have fun. I did adulting for the first part of the first sprint, so, you know. We try.
We try.
Plus, you manage, like, you are able to get more work on your writing done throughout the week, so.
Yeah. And tomorrow I need to prep for a like one shot I'm running for the
And read Frankenstein.
and read for the one shot I'm running tomorrow night, and then also read Frankenstein. I have the audiobook like queued up and stuff, and I'm gonna listen to it as I drive around.
The way that your sentences went together, I was like, and read Frankenstein, and you're like, yes, and to prep for my thing. I was like, oh, go to Frankenstein.
I'm running Oni of the Thousand Gates, so
Oh,
yeah,
that was fun.
yeah.
Bella spent that sprint reading. I encourage this. Dealing with a lot of neck and upper back pain because she only works on her iPad or laptop, so she's always looking down, so now she has to stop when the pain becomes too much. That's fair.
You gotta get one of those
Care
like
your body.
laptop things that hold it up right here. I mean, I do that as well. But
Jessica got 75 words but made herself some coffee. Hopefully she can get the remaining 214 words. I believe in you. We must away, but I believe in you to get those last 214 words.
yeah.
I'm like looking at the thing, and I'm like, I know that if my brain were functioning the way that it should, I would be able to rewrite this better, but right now, I'm just like, no.
No.
It said no.
It's fine.
It decided we don't need to.
Which is fair. You know what?
Sometimes that's what life's like when you get chronic migraines and your migraine medication doesn't work.
Yeah. It just be like that sometimes. But it's fine.
I will say I've only been on this new medication for like 2 days.
Yeah.
So there's still hope that it might do something, but also this is medicine 2 out of 3 I gotta fail in order to get Vyepti, which is wild. The insurance phrases it that way. Like, you must try these 3 medications and have them fail.
Yeah. It is really weird.
There are those weird glasses that readers use to read while their head is back when I get my paycheck tomorrow. Oh, the mirror ones?
Yeah.
I really love those. I hope that you get them, that they help, and that they are glorious, because I would love to, like, I already read, do you know how many times I've smacked myself in the face with a book? Because, like, I lost my grip trying to turn the page, because I read like this a lot of the time, and then for just, bam, full novel in my face. So I would love those, because then I would not have to do that anymore.
Yeah, that would be nice, just in general. I was thinking about that for embroidery.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
Because I totally put my back through it when I do embroidery, which I haven't done much of recently, so that's sad. Okay.
we'll go ahead and close this down early because you
Yeah.
gotta get to the place, and we
Yeah.
paused times, and I'm clicking all the wrong tabs, but it's fine. So Friday book talk for Frankenstein.
Yes.
Monday we're doing a write-in. I think either a write-in or
We're doing a movie.
yeah. Okay, so Monday we're doing the movie.
Yeah.
So we gotta watch that movie Sunday. Cool. All right. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.